but
drinking Breckenridge is never.
I was going to say that's one of our tops at the moment. I think
it is. All right. Well, welcome to Booze and Ballin'. I'm Todd Webb.
I'm Dustin Kilburn.
And we're Fantasy Football Shaking.
Not stirred.
We got that all fucked up with a week off for Christmas. Hope everybody had a good holiday. You have a good holiday?
Yeah, I had a great holiday. Just very, very exhausting holiday.
Busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I felt like last week, you could tell we were both tired.
Oh my God. I could barely keep my eyes open for most of the episode.
It's been a busy couple weeks. We got New Year's coming up. About to end our year on our 20th episode, week 17.
Oh, yeah.
The NFL. We're still going. If you're not following, start following.
Why not? I mean, we're here just talking about fantasy sports. Well, just football for the most part.
Basically.
Are you into basketball and all that stuff?
I'm into everything. I'm into college. I'm top 3 in a college. You basically pick a college basketball team from 8 different divisions, SEC, Atlantic Coast, and big Pac-10, I think, or whatever, bunch of 8 of them, different ones, and then you just do that, and you just basically win-loss. You don't do anything. It's like almost like a best ball.
Gotcha.
Win-loss that you get throughout the top 4 teams, then make the playoffs, then you get point values based on the tourney. And you got to pick one girls' team, and it has to be a girls' team of one of the 8 that you have. Nice. So it's interesting. But no, I'm into all sports, but
maybe we'll dabble in the old off season because we're getting close.
We're getting close.
This is coming down the wire here. Have anybody in your championship? Good luck this week. I know I'm only in 1 this year. Oh, 2 if you count
you got to count it because you and I came into that league, made that league our bitch, and you and I are playing for the championship.
It's awesome.
I'm playing for 3. I got 3rd place in the league. 3rd place. I got top 4 in 5 leagues, and I'm playing for the championship in 3 of them.
Yeah, I took a rough week last week, lost in a bunch of playoffs.
I got your injury luck.
Yeah.
You're a real SOB.
Yeah.
I got everybody's injured now because of you. I'm going into the playoffs.
Everything is my fault.
I'm going into the playoffs, half the spots start mustache magic. Like, that is rough.
Dude, yeah, that sucks.
I lost Hawkinson, Herbert, and Trevor Lawrence. And, of course, he played Breece Hall, who goes ham last Thursday night. Yeah, last night. Holy crap.
You know my Uncle Jim is sitting there like, motherfucker.
Dude, I told you both. Did I not say at the beginning of the year that neither him nor Dan was going to win this league?
Yeah, you did say that.
I was like.
I mean, in Dan's defense, his whole team got hurt, too. Plus, he ran into an absolute Amari Cooper slaughter.
And I love it's my kicker.
Eric almost put up the most points scored ever last week.
Yeah, he had a week. I was hoping he would come down from that. And that was even with McCaffrey having, like I said, he wasn't going to have a great week.
No, he didn't have a great week.
I knew that was going to be a trap game for him, for his people that started. And luckily, he had everybody else go big.
And Baltimore's just
Amari Cooper.
Baltimore is just a defense.
Where the hell did Amari Cooper come from?
Well, he single-handedly beat me in our family league.
He single-handedly, I think, beat Dan.
I lost by like 20-some points, and he went for 51.
Amari Cooper, I think, kept Dan out of the championship. I'd much rather be playing Dan this week, 100%, than Eric.
No, because he went for 234 points. And
54 from
right, even if he goes for 20, he still scored 200.
True. Either way, but he has championship week in almost every league because nobody plays week 18. If you do,
you're done.
I think the very first league I ever started years and years ago, I accidentally set it up like that, and I felt so bad.
Because all the championship teams,
they were playing backups.
Yeah, because all their guys got benched.
But both teams were like it. It just kind of.
Well, because typically your teams with your first round buys put up points all year. So it's like normally your guys are at minimum they're playing like the first half.
Right, and then they're not.
Or not at maximum, not minimum.
So if both teams are good, then odds are you're both lacking players.
All right, so this is also booze and ballin'. What do you say we go get started with some booze?
This is a Dustin week. Inspiration brought to you by
little Larceny, John E. Fitzgerald. Larceny.
Yeah, I like the bottle. I like the key.
Dude, it's another bottle pick.
I like the shape of it.
And then I saw the keys and I saw like the keyhole here. And I started reading the bottle, and it was about this dude who just really liked bourbon. And it was this John E. Fitzgerald, right?
Larceny's coming up in the rankings as far as like your.
Right. So he gave in. He used to work at he had a weakness for fine bourbon.
Ooh.
And he was illegally allowed to carry keys to the rick houses. I'm not sure what a rick house is. It might.
Rick house.
And he gave in to temptation freely taking from the best barrels in each rick house.
Maybe rick house is like a storage.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? So
Google that.
I don't know.
Rick
It was
house.
basic, and then so they based all the collection became known as his favorites, the ones that he was stealing and drinking. So I don't know. I thought it was a cool little story.
Okay, because larceny,
Exactly.
larceny's theft, and then it's a key carrying the keys. Holy crap!
So it had a really cool story behind it. I was like, I gotta check this shit out. I gotta give it a chance. Plus, it's a decently priced bottle. It's not like it was fucking
year
breaking
one
the
decent
bank.
bottles, year two up in the bottle
So
game.
I figured it was a good shot.
While you open that, the reason we are drinking this week, well, mainly me, is I have to concede our 2023 suicidal pick'em. I had a good week this week. Unfortunately, so did my man's over here. I ended up scoring 69.4, and he ended up scoring 67.78. So I outscored you, but with week 17 and then a bunch of sitting players, like all the guys that I expected to do went big, did not go big. I'm still down 120 points with basically one and a partial week to score. So conceding, running a beer mile, and I'm donating $100 to a charity, which is, I mean, good, but like, mad I gotta do it. So this is my little punishment here. Oh man! So you'll get more content tonight. That was a good pour, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you smell the bottle? What do you think?
It reminded me of the Redemption a little.
I would say
reminded me of the Redemption a little.
It is right there.
Yeah.
I would put that right there with like the Redemption.
Are you okay? So you're telling me I'm gonna start develop this little nose and shit?
Well, I would say it's right on
first
par
time I've
with
even
like,
gotten close.
yeah, because if I would purchase bourbons, and I would say I would purchase something like for certain reasons, like I would say in my tiers, that's right there with Redemption. So it's a good call actually by you.
I'm picking it up, church.
Cheers to
I don't
dusting.
know why I'm churched and I'm fucking looking over here in the middle of nowhere.
Congratulations on your 2023 Pick'em victory.
Oh, thank you.
I wish we would have gone tattoos.
I cannot wait to watch you run around the track or on a treadmill. We have not decided whether you're going to be indoors or out for this.
I guess we'll see how the off season goes and what we have lined up.
I know we're trying to get people to pick how this all went, but again, we're still struggling with the whole subscriber thing. We're still catch on. I know I got a bunch of people that are out there saying, "Oh man, I've been meaning to listen." Well,
I know a lot of people that say they follow us on Facebook and they watch and like but yeah, the subscribers. People are like, "Well, I don't have a YouTube account." I'm like, "Well, yeah, get one."
Who doesn't have a YouTube account?
I don't know. I had someone who was going to subscribe. Like, yeah, my kids watch YouTube a lot. Maybe.
Yeah, it's probably not the best.
Subscribe.
Yeah, you don't want your kids subscribing. Not yet. We're cleaning it up one episode at a time.
All season will be interesting because we're going to definitely do one from number 7. We're definitely going to go to the whiskey bar, wind down, try and go to some location stuff, go to some of these breweries, just set up and start filming. If they kick us out, you guys can watch us get kicked out. It'll be fun. It's going to be, all season is going to be a little different with our content. That's where we're going to hit a little more small business, probably touch on some other sports for the fun of it. And
going to really work on them subscribers. Maybe we can give out a goddamn free package from time to time. You know, still trying to do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Free packages.
We need your help. Free my package.
Nope, I won't
don't
do
free
it.
my, don't free your package. Don't free your package. So, yeah, I mean, the pick'ems, you beat me. I'm done. We'll go through it real quick with what the scores were. But basically, Browning only got you 13. A-Chain got you 5.5.
Yeah, 4 picks or some shit like that from Browning.
Pickens, 35.5.
So he was my whole team, is what you're telling me.
QJ, 5. And the Bears defense, 8.4.
Did you happen to go back and see if I used Pickens before?
I did check. You did not use Pickens.
Perfect. Okay, so now I don't feel so
Even
bad.
if you went with Higgins, you
That's
I
true.
still
Higgins
only
had a week.
there's only like a 5 or 6 point difference. Josh Allen did me good, 26.48. ETN 7.3. Even if I would have went with McCaffrey, it still wouldn't have been great. Raji Rice 11.7. Go ahead.
Josh Allen and McCaffrey scare me this week in my championship game that I'm talking about.
I know. I like Allen, but again, I don't know. We'll see where it ends up with CMC.
It's scary to see Jenna's team and it be like very, very close to who I had last year. Like her team's very similar to what I had
She's
played.
having a year and she won the high score.
Yeah, I know. She has
either way.
Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey.
We get a new name on the trophy, and I like that. New name on the trophy. True. No repeats.
I wish her luck. I have a good feeling my team's going large, but I have a small feeling that her team's going larger.
I think you two are larger, more bigger.
Yeah, more fucking
I think both of you are going to score a lot of points.
I think it's going to be like 140 to 145, somewhere in there.
At least.
Yeah.
I can see you both getting up to like 160.
It'd be a cool championship. It's been a long time since I've been in an absolute shootout for the championship.
That would be fun.
Those are fun. Even though Laura and I were in a back and forth matchup until those last games, and then Barkley and them took it over for me. But that was fucking neck and neck the whole way through. I was sitting there fucking sweating that one out.
It was, that's how, like when I beat Jim.
I woke up and was like, wait, it's fucking one?
Well, I was watching Zay Flowers and Ayuk went, and I knew they were going to go big.
No,
what killed me was
Ayuk didn't get anything until the last 2 possessions.
He's always he's got one quarter where he goes nuts.
He caught 5 of his 6 passes on the last 2 possessions for like 90 some yards.
Yeah, and I was nervous because Zay Flowers got targeted 13 times.
Yeah.
So
he could have had a huge
What
week.
killed me was when I lost Trevor Lawrence to only 9 points, I thought I was screwed. And then the kickers, which were abandoning, he got me 22 points. So, and then the defender I just picked up, he went out injured with 0.75 points. And I'm literally like, I'm going to punch Dustin in the throat for his injury curse. So in that league,
this is spicy.
Both the people with the bye lost, which is funny. So Eric and I are playing. Eric deserves. I don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm in a rebuild.
Yeah.
So I'm fine if I take second. After what happened to your brother last year, I feel like he deserves it. But holy hell, do I want to win that so I can give him another second place trophy with
awesome,
something else on there.
I know you want to win that bad, but with Breece Hall going and doing what he did, that's going to be a tough task.
No, I mean unless Kamara has a bounce back, Minshew, unless Gardner Minshew with Pittman back goes, watch. If I win because of Gardner Minshew, I'm getting him a trophy that just says Gardner Minshew on it.
You've got to get some kind of tattoo with the mustache.
I got it. He is my spirit. If he wins,
you've got to get the mustache somewhere.
Too bad we didn't bet a tattoo for the runner. I would do that. But no, it's I mean, if I do get second though, we need to figure out what I'm writing on the trophy. So I can't pick it. So you gotta pick what we write on the second place trophy.
Okay.
And then the other league, I'm playing Kendra. My fantasy crypt. I have never beat my wife in a head-to-head matchup in fantasy football, and I am it was 140 projection to 105. Like I am dominant. You know my team in that league is absolutely ridiculous. Like I'm choosing in my flex to start Puka, Ridley, Flowers, James Cook, or A-Chain. Like that's my flex.
It's awesome.
And
it's a good problem to have.
So your damn brother, she gets on, she picks up the Browns defense, and she's like, well, I'm not going to ask you. I'll ask Eric. He's like, yeah, I'd start the Browns over the 49ers, which nobody would say to do that. Except they were playing the Jets, and it's hashtag Thursday Night Football. Yeah. But so she starts the Browns at 29 points, and I'm at the bar. I went to visit Brad at the Wine Down watching that game. I'm texting her. She's like, aren't you supposed to be out with your buddy? I'm like, can't right now. Kind of pissed off. You're my kryptonite. Oh.
I will say he has some hunches about that kind of stuff. I don't know how he does it. He does pick out that kind of shit.
So that's going to be a close one. And then you and I are going to be a close one in the free league.
Yeah, that is going to be an absolute shootout.
I came into that league with one freaking pick.
How about, dude, Njoku started out absolutely going crazy.
113 yards in the first quarter. And then on 4 catches.
And had 5 catches, I think, for the rest of the game.
When I saw that, I was like, when you had him and Breece Hall.
Dude, I thought I was going 60 points last night.
And here comes Jerome Ford. I got you, buddy.
Yeah, fuck him.
And Flacco. I should have picked up Flacco and started him, but I think Minshew. I think Minshew has a better week.
Talk about Flacco, man. How cool of a story is that?
Man,
what if it comes up and it's the Browns and the Ravens in the playoffs?
The Ravens are dirty after last week.
I know, but Flacco got to go back into Baltimore for a playoff game as a fucking Brown.
I know. Deshaun Watson should get that man a massage. Maybe not. Maybe someone should get that man a massage. It's not Deshaun.
As long as it's not a deep tissue.
No, it would be cool to see him go back and play the Ravens. But I don't think it's the Ravens versus the NFC. That team is, I don't see a team that.
Their defense is so good.
The Jags maybe, I think, could do it, but they're not clicking.
The one thing I will say about the Ravens is they know how to lose a game.
That's true.
They know they're not like.
But they're scary enough that they can.
They're scary. Don't get me wrong, because that defense is fucking disgusting.
I think that
the offense is still like, if you can turn them over a couple times, if you can rattle Lamar and stop the run
fast receivers though between OBJ, Rashad Bateman, and Flowers.
I get that, but
Like they get open.
There's games this year where it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. What saves them, in fact, is that Lamar can extend the play and they can get open.
Yeah.
Where a lot of teams don't have. And then they have the run game. Like Gus Edwards is playing like he's sophomore running back right now.
Yeah, I know.
So
Gus Edwards. I watched him steal Lamar touchdowns all goddamn year. Did you see the point?
I almost started him.
Did you see the point that Richard Sherman made about Lamar not being the MVP because he only accounts for like 53% of the team's touchdowns?
It's bullshit though.
And all of the like previous MVP winners were like 70+%.
I think he deserves to be in the 100% deserves to be in that running right now
because they wouldn't even be where they're close. They wouldn't be
give him Purdy's spot.
Oh my god, that offense would be disgusting.
No, yeah, I didn't mean that, but I mean now that you say that,
I was like, if you put Lamar in the fucking San Francisco offense, oh my god, that would be nasty.
Ooh,
because it's not even like he's got to really hit the tough throws. It's all fucking wide open Debo over here, wide open Kittle over there, or throw it deep down to Ayuk.
Yeah, it's
with Christian McCaffrey. That offense is so good.
But in the AFC, Jags? I mean, the Colts, the problem is, as much as I love him, Gardner Minshew. The Browns, but their defense is good. But I just think it's the Ravens.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot touching the AFC
league to win.
I mean, you can't count the Chiefs out. I mean, they're going through a rough patch. They're having some adversity, but it's still Patrick Mahomes
playing well
in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Their defense is playing better this year than they played in a long time. Yeah,
go pick up T.O. off the streets.
They are the team that could just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, and it wouldn't even be out of nowhere. It would just be like, oh, the Chiefs are playing like the Chiefs again. And you're going to be like, ah, shit.
That is a little spicy.
It's a little spicy, right? I don't hate it.
No.
But it's spicy. But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, I don't think, like, if you take the Chiefs lightly, by any means, you're an idiot. Like,
yeah.
You can't. It's Patrick Mahomes here. All it takes is for him to get pissed off and start fucking slinging it.
I know.
He can
do anything he wants to do when he's pissed off.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Patrick the Frog here. I'm going to go and throw the football. I can't after the Kermit the Frog meme. I cannot unhear it.
I think I spilled when I poured. You're complimenting
my
pour.
You've watched me make drinks.
That's true.
Oh, speaking of that, shout out. I don't know if you're watching. Jeremy Copenhaver. He made our margarita.
Yeah.
Did
he like it?
Yeah. He made it. He posted on our Facebook that he made the margarita. I think it was Christmas Eve or something like that. That's what you got to do. And he said it was good. Trust us. We know things. We drink.
I enjoyed that margarita myself.
That was a good margarita. We drink and we know things. You got to try the Manhattan that I made. I've yet to post that. Actually, I got to post that up. The Manhattan I made. That was good.
Ooh, okay.
I used
a little Snickle Fritz.
I finished off my bottle. See that empty spot right there? That was what I used. Whistle pig. Oh, is that what that was?
Why is the Breckenridge?
The Breckendy Ridge.
I don't remember why the Breckenridge is out.
We were admiring it.
Yes.
So, Breckendy Ridge. You get back here. We'll bring Mini Joe in here instead.
I like Mini Joe.
I feel bad for Mini Joe this year.
I don't.
Mini Joe. Can't even see Mini Joe. Oh, he's right here. Hey, buddy. Who is it? Did you see, speaking of the injury, you see the Falcons coach got fined for what he did week 7? Or was it when
Arthur got fined?
Yeah. Or the organization got fined for not fully disclosing the whole Bijan thing.
Really?
I think it was week 7, whatever it was. But
it was a sickness. So technically, it was active.
Well, there was one of them got fined for something. The Falcons got fined. That's the only thing I can think that it was that.
I'd have to look that up. I didn't even see anything on that.
I'm obsessed.
That is bad reporting on Booze and Ballin'.
No, it's not. It's good reporting. I told you.
0 details.
I'm saying they got fined for the week 7 incident.
But I'm saying it's bullshit.
No, because
I'd fucking lawyer up on
even
that
if your illness, if they are he never even got questionable. So if he was sick enough where the night before he admitted in an interview that they weren't sure and he was limited, he never had any designation. At least you got to have at least some sort of designation.
I got you. All the money out there running the world these days.
Because in a way that's technically cheating. It isn't. It's scheming, I guess, but it's not cheating. Oh, let's ask the Patriots. Is it cheating?
Whatever. It's not cheating if you don't get caught.
That's
what the Patriots would say.
True. One other thing. How about this whole? It's just up your alley. How about this? Let's roll. Let's roll. Or let's ride. What is it? Let's roll. Let's ride.
I don't care. I'm over it.
I cannot believe their bench. That is a $150 million bench.
Yeah, and then they're gonna cut him in March, and he's gonna have like 60-some million in like dead cap space or some shit.
You see his quote: "I want to be here. I want to play here. I want to be able to win here. I want to win championships here." He still wants to help the team win a Super Bowl.
Not this year.
This year, I don't know. But isn't
I don't.
Isn't the backup? Isn't he
Stidham?
Isn't he? He's questionable now too.
That'd be hilarious if he ended up having to start because Stidham was hurt
after all that. And then no, what's going to happen is if he does that,
oh my God, Sean Payton would literally just like hang himself in the locker room.
He will come out. Oh no, maybe it's not him. There was a backup that. Oh no, it was Tyler Heineke. He was slated to start, and then he's questionable now. So then they might have to go back to the other quarterback. Oh, yeah, I feel bad for Russ. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Russ either.
I feel bad for Jerry Jeudy.
He's played okay this year.
He's been okay. I don't know what it is. They've got too much talent to be. I mean, they're in it. Like they're not.
Russ just never won the locker room. I think he got that big, massive contract, and he never really earned it with the guys yet.
Wrong hole.
Yeah, that's not good with bourbon. That's disgusting.
Bourbons, man.
That's disgusting.
I literally hiccuped right when I. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program. Wow.
Oh man, I don't even remember what I was saying now. That's disgusting.
He never won the locker room.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Like his team wasn't playing for him, if that makes sense. I have no idea. I don't have guys. I don't fucking talk to nobody in that locker room. But I'm just judging based on what guys say in the locker or in the interviews, and like just seeing the effort on the field. It just wasn't always there.
I was arguing this fact today with a guy that you got like your quarterback's your leader.
Yeah.
The guys gotta want to play for you.
Exactly.
With you. You've got to be the reason that they want to play, or you're going to be the reason that they're down.
Exactly. Russ doesn't even he showed no emotion. He'd throw a good touchdown pass or something like that. He never really celebrated with anybody. He would just trot off to the sidelines, never really showed any emotion. So it's I don't know if he's ever was happy going into that program. I just don't think. I don't know. I just think overall it was a bad fit. I think Russ is probably going to find success. Not Super Bowl success, but
no,
he could. I mean, I don't put it past him. He's still a decent game manager. You put him in the 49ers offense, and he probably kills it. You know what I mean?
The right offense, the right. But if he's got to get the locker room, no matter where he goes,
right?
But he
needs a bunch of cornballs that are going to play with him because
he is corny.
He's a corny guy. Fuck, dude.
I mean, he's an NFL rich quarterback corny, but
I know, and his wife is super hot. So.
Yeah, but what the heck is going on? You hear all that up there?
So your dogs?
Yeah,
dogs are fucking around,
being dickheads. But he looked like a shell of himself after leaving Seattle, though.
He looked like a shell of himself that last year in Seattle. That's why when he got signed to that contract he got, everybody was like, what? That was terrible last year.
That emotionless Russ bothers me because I had the same conversation again, with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The dude does not show any emotion.
Yeah.
He throws a pick, nothing. He doesn't and he's quote unquote a locker room guy. So that's scary.
See, that one doesn't scare me as much because that's just who Jalen Hurts is.
Right. But now they're starting to have stuff. There's stuff coming out that his emotionlessness is starting to bother other players. Because you think about it,
as long as he wins, though, that don't fucking matter.
But they're not.
They're fucking 10-win. They're a double-digit win team.
Yeah, but they don't look like they look like that record should. If you look at them play, they look like that should be flipped. I'm not. They're going to be 1-out. They're going to be the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs this year, 100%, unless they change something. But what I'm saying is, if you look,
take that bet.
What I don't
depends on who they're playing. If they get fucking Tampa Bay in the fucking first round.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to. They're going to win it. They're going to win a division, so they might. Yeah. Either way, they're not. They're well, shit.
I can't imagine.
They barely beat the Giants.
I know,
you don't
but
think Tampa Bay can't beat them.
And that's still a tough game. It's the NFL. It's a division rival. Like,
but I'm saying
it's
this
a
when you
tough
throw,
game. Like they've had a stretch, man. I'm telling you, I think they're in a good spot. I think.
Have you watched that team and watched the
They
the
like being the underdog. It's just what
they're not. They're not. No, they don't. AJ Brown definitely does not like being the underdog.
AJ Brown's being a little bitch.
I would be too if that was my team. The way they're playing.
And what has AJ Brown done to help his team?
They're playing a high school style offense. He can't do much with the plays that they're designing for him.
Yeah.
Like it's 60% coaching.
So why didn't they take what they did last year and just repeat it?
Because what they did was they gave a first-year offensive coordinator a chance without experience, and it's showing.
Well, that's Sirianni for you,
right? But here Sirianni says there's nothing wrong with it. And it worries me. What worries me is the fact that
I don't like him, by the way.
You want a team. Neither do I. You want a team to you want to get a team going. Like if you look at Jason Kelsey, that man's emotion is contagious.
Yeah,
you want that from your quarterback. I get that Jalen Hurts is monotone, but when you're down and you need to win, shouldn't he be the first guy going around
I would be worried.
Look at Brady getting people back in the game. All these other good quarterbacks just trying to get even Dak.
Yeah, that's
Kirk
true.
Cousins getting people hey dude, we're
did you
slipping.
Give Kirk some fucking love there. Holy shit.
He's a good sideline quarterback.
Holy
where
shit.
If that team is doing bad, he's coming up and he's like, all right, my bad, let's do this. He just walks over and sits on the bench like that. And that's contagious. I get that that's him.
That's some Cam Newton type shit.
I get that that's him, and you can be that to a point, but I think that there's a line. I don't want you to throw your helmet like Travis Kelce. I don't want you to try and fight people like Mahomes.
Right.
But I want you. I want to see that if you throw an interception, you almost got me to say some another dumb shit there. If you throw an interception, I want to see that bothered you, not like you're. He looks to me like what Russ looks like in a way they don't care if they win or lose.
Yeah, like Joe Burrow.
I'm getting paid. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever, I get mine.
And so if you throw an interception or you throw that pick to AJ Brown the end of the game against the Seahawks, and he just kind of went off nonchalantly, motherfucker, you did that.
Yeah, that's on you.
You underthrew that. You threw to double coverage. You didn't even try and fake to the left side and get the safety to cheat to the other hash.
Yeah,
no,
you didn't. Even
what you do is he hiked the ball and watched him, so that was on him, and then he just walks off like nothing. I'm like, I want to see you're oops.
Yeah.
That bothers me, and then I see that with Russ too, the no emotion.
Yeah.
And my fear is a quarterback that is a locker room guy to turn into a quarterback that isn't a locker room guy and lose the If you lose the locker room, you lose it all.
Pox. Yeah, you're done.
And that, like you said, Russ never.
I would actually be worried with Jason Kelsey getting ready to retire because if they do go one and done, Kelsey's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gone anyway.
I think he's going regardless.
And
did you watch that Kelsey?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's done regardless. And just after hearing you say that, I'd be worried about that locker room.
He's the backbone of that team.
Yeah,
100%.
And with Sirianni being the fucking guy he is, I could see that locker room just turning upside down real quick.
And that's why I say, I get that that's Jalen Hurts, but you gotta.
Yeah, you could see the Eagles fall from grace real fast. And then, because again, Hurts hasn't been the type of quarterback that blows the doors off of the quarterback position. The only reason he's been successful so far has been 17 rushing touchdowns or whatever he's got.
Yeah, he's not a passing quarterback.
Push and they've been winning with defense and stuff. It hasn't been the prettiest year for him.
No, he needs that line.
And if they lose a Kelsey, say Lane Johnson for whatever reason gets hurt next year, that team might not even make the playoffs next year.
Yeah, it's scary. You need that. You need that team.
It could go, and then AJ Brown gets pissed and starts being a diva. He's already proven that he can.
And he wants to go somewhere else. You lose all your talent.
That's going to happen real fast.
They're more talented.
Yeah, that's actually a good.
They're more talented than they were last year offensively. More talent.
The Eagles?
Yeah, they have more talent this year than they did last year.
Well, yeah, Swift alone kind of gives you that.
And then adding just that hands guy in Julio, even though he's not, but he's a hands guy. He's a third down guy. But the problem is, if you have your receivers that don't want to get open for you, because
Julio even getting snaps?
Only he gets the ball on a third down when you need him to catch the ball. It's weird. you're almost I forget that you're on the team.
Yeah. Who do we need with 100%? Okay, throw it to Julio. He doesn't drop it much.
He's gonna catch it.
Yeah.
He's that third Navon type of guy. But no, it's at some point these receivers are gonna be why am I running these routes hard if he's not gonna find me? But if he's hey, takes accountability and he's a leader and they believe in him, they're going to keep running hard.
So you're telling me Jalen Hurts is the next Russell Wilson?
I'm worried that if he doesn't start to, if what you're hearing is true, now again, it's locker room talk, but if what you're hearing's true, that's my fear.
Whew.
Because I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts is a
take for you. Jalen Hurts is a next Russell Wilson
attitude, and he's a dual threat quarterback. He is not a passing quarterback. You can see that in the way he throws a deep ball.
Yeah.
And like that AJ Brown at the end of the Seahawks game. Every now and then, yeah. But what he should have done is like if he knows he's going to AJ, come here, look off the defender. But he literally hiked the ball and just the whole. And I'm like,
he didn't just stare down the receiver. He stared down where he was going to throw the ball.
Yeah, and it's like
he was like, yeah, that's the hole right there. I'm going to throw it at.
Like I have a love-hate with Jalen Hurts, just like I do with Dak. Like he doesn't have you need his legs, or the defense is basically sitting there like, gotcha.
But how much of it goes into play calling too with Jalen Hurts?
That's why I say 60-40 or 70-30.
It might be more of the play calling.
I think, well, yeah, because you're not put into situations.
Well,
if you Hurts
how often does he roll out and throw a ball?
Right.
Never. Like
unless it's a screen.
Or he scrambles and does it.
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic when he does it. It's like, why are we
70-30.
Get him out there a little bit more. Like
70-30.
Get them guys in space. Like let them create. Like you've got all kinds of creators on that team, and you don't use the talent at all. Like,
right.
They used to run the football. I mean, I've seen games where DeAndre Swift has like 10 carries for 57 yards, and it's like he doesn't touch the ball again until late in the fourth quarter when the game's all been decided.
And you hear the stands, like chanting, "Run the ball."
Yeah, run the Sirianni's
comments are like,
"Oh,
we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're winning."
Yeah. Do you?
Barely.
Yeah. Do you? I got an idea. When your guy's averaging 5.7 yards per fucking carry, give him the rock.
Run the ball. That'd be the duck. That's Jason, basically like not running Marshawn Lynch with 1 yard on the goal line to win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Like that's that. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, but I would say 70-30 because they're not calling plays to help Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts needs the RPO. You need the linebacker to play spy. You need the linebackers not to drop in coverage. Simple as that.
The only way the offense, Jalen Hurts, you have to run the football to open everything else up. Mm-hmm. He's not going to throw the football to open up the run. He's not going to 2-minute drill and throw you down the field. So whoever's calling plays right now thinks fucking Brett Favre's back there or Peyton Manning's back there instead of fucking Jalen Hurts.
It looks like they're trying to make him a pocket passer.
Yeah, run the fucking ball, get him out, throw some fucking slants, do some quick shit to get the ball moving, and then you start doing your play actions and stuff like that.
That's why
they're running play action and not even running the football. And I'm like, they're never going to bite on that because they know he's not going to give him the fucking rock.
Nope.
Even when he does a read option, he keeps the football. He doesn't ever fucking give it to him.
No, that's exactly why he was in the MVP talks last year, because you played that way.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Like, again, the whole read option thing is can you tell that I own a lot of DeAndre Swift in fantasy this year?
No,
but like you sit there and watch these games and it's like RPO and he's like, keep it. RPO, keep it. I'll run out to pick up a yard. Keep it. I'll pick up 3 yards. I don't know. If you give it DeAndre Swift and pound it in there every fucking now and then, maybe your shit will work on the outside, Jalen. Have you thought about that?
Even Gainwell is running well. And let's not forget about Rashad Penny sitting there just cooking.
Just sitting ready on to go simmer for 6.2 yards per carry.
Just sitting on simmer, just like
I still hope they give him a chance in the playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen, but
I feel like
he lost a step over the last couple of years. But
with the way they're playing, for them to go into the playoffs and then all of a sudden be like, all right, we have Gainwell, Swift, and now Penny's dressed, and give him, and then when they run out for that first drive, Penny comes out. Those defenses are going to be like, oh shit.
Dude, and he's more of a bruiser than anybody on that team.
And just let him run it down people's throats.
Just go out there and I love when Marshawn Lynch talks about running the football, where he was just like, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth over and over again as he's drinking Hennessy.
Jeez.
And fucking
he's a terrifying man. But
he really is. Could you imagine he's running into him and him being in a bad mood?
But he seems like such a teddy bear. Like when he did that show, like where Marshawn Lynch does everything. Like he seems like a genuinely fun dude. I'd want to hang out with him.
I would love to hang out with Marshawn Lynch. He seems like I would give him some Skittles
Keep them happy.
Just to keep them happy. Keep
like feeding your snake little white mice. Give them Skittles.
I feel like Marshawn's one of them dudes too that I feel like if you're just real as shit, he'd be down with it.
Yeah. Seems like an OBS type of guy.
Yeah. Like as long as you don't don't play around, no bullshit.
No bullshit.
Definitely no bullshit.
Like don't bullshit around and not subscribe to Booze and Ballin'.
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Like it's bullshit.
Hashtag
You're not
Marshawn
subscribing.
Lynch.
Hashtag Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch would subscribe. You know Tom Segura is playing at Santander coming up.
Yeah, so's Bert.
Yeah, we need to get like backstage, whatever. I don't care what it costs tickets to that thing.
Just to go to VIP.
Just to go there and be like, I will bear hug my spirit animal. I will do whatever.
Make it on his Two Bears One podcast.
Did this man just? We should try and do that. That would be fun.
Get on there.
Clips from there would be great.
Yeah,
I get in trouble and thrown out, but it'd be worth it.
That's all right. If we can make a scene and then
worth it. They'll talk about it.
What if we just show up with our shirts off?
You know how many people are gonna be shirtless at that place, though?
You think so?
You would stand out by keeping your shirt on.
I don't know how it works. I don't ever been there. I didn't know if people actually did that or not. That would be funny though. If they're not, then it's not a Bert Kreischer stand up. If like there's no true fans in the stands, if there's
that are just shirtless.
He does his stand ups shirtless.
Well, he comes out and then he tops off. I think his next tour is called Tops Off.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. Then there's definitely people there shirtless.
They have to be. Oh my god, yeah.
I'm getting as hairy as I'm not sure.
Unless there's a rule.
Dude.
Unless there's a rule that like, please keep your shirts on. Oh man,
dude,
you're ready.
I'm bearing it right now. Good. I'm ready for the winter, baby.
There could be a rule like, please keep your shirts on. That's Bert's thing. Or because like at the Kevin Hart, we went to Kevin Hart stand up and it was like no phones. If they see your phone even come out, they will throw you out of the arena.
Seriously?
Yeah, no recording because they film it. He films different clips and stuff. Right. So like Bert film specials too.
Why don't they just put like a jammer in there and just fucking
scramble too much?
Yeah, that's true. Well, he got it. Ball out.
All right. Speaking of Bert Kreischer, wide receivers.
Very good transition. Tyler.
I mean, honestly,
just one yet.
We are 20 episodes in, and our transitions are just getting smooth.
I don't know. It's just as smooth as this bourbon. I actually like it. The spicy is actually.
It's been a while since I had it, and it's definitely better than I remember. I'm an on the rocks guy. I'm an on the rocks bourbon guy.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
I'm learning that too. I just like all things cold that I drink. Yeah, water, milk, juice, beer.
You're not a room temp guy. Like glass of water. Wake up in the morning. Ice or no ice?
Cold.
Ice cold.
Ice fine.
They say that's bad for you.
It's super bad.
Didn't we learn that in China?
Yeah. It's horribly bad for you, but I don't care.
Milk though, like I like that stuff borderline freezer when I'm drinking milk.
I actually put ice in my milk.
No.
Yeah, you never done that?
Like what percent milk?
Like 2%.
All right. Oh, I mean, I guess I'll allow that, but that's borderline. Like 1% I'll allow because it's basically like white water at that point.
Yeah, well, no.
I like my milk straight out the teat.
You like the D? You like vitamin D?
I love the D. Love the D. No, vitamin D milk, like whole milk, man. Just
straight.
That's milk. That is, if I want a glass of milk, vitamin D milk, that's milk.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I enjoy it.
But like 2%, I can do. She buys 1%. I'm like,
no,
it's foggy water. Why are we drinking this?
Exactly. And it's not even milk at that point because they're cutting it. It's like fucking bad cocaine. Like
no.
Shit, we're going to have to edit that out, aren't we? You can't talk about hard drugs on your podcast.
I mean, you can reference it. Just like I did cut out what we said to cut out last week, even though we didn't talk about it. I was like, I'm going to cut that out anyway because like, yeah. No, we don't have to cut it out by like making a funny reference like that. But if we were like,
yeah, if
on the podcast, we're in trouble.
If I lined up a huge gagger right here,
like, see, this is D Coke, and this is 2%. No, no, I'm a.
This is as thick as my semen.
But honestly, though, I do get it because like when I had the Stag, which is really hard to find, and really like it's a full throttle, high octane, like well over 100 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Like
this is
my buddy's like
92
my buddy's like neat, and you get like that. The different flavors neat. This does dilute it to a point with different flavors, but if we're casually sitting here having a podcast and talking and we're going to drink 2-3 glasses, it's this 100% this way. Yeah. If I'm going to go and I'm doing like a tasting or a flight or something like that at like a distillery, I'll do it neat because I want to really get the differences. But to me, this is how I prefer it every time.
Yeah.
I even put bourbon in my milk.
Bourbon milk?
Oh, that'd be gross.
I feel like it would definitely not mix very well.
What was your go-to drink for the holidays?
What did we drink? I had Labatt's.
Labatt's.
Just a regular good old case of Labatt Blue.
Don't hate it.
It was actually refreshing.
Don't hate Laboots.
Not gonna lie. What else did we have? We had some kind of holiday drink that they made. A lot of mimosas that we crushed in the mornings. Everything I hosted was earlier, like brunch status. So we had like
I love the brunch drinks.
Lighter stuff.
Like I posted those green mimosas on our page today, the Jack Frost and the Grinch mimosas.
I did see those. With
the edible glitter. I mean, it makes every drink a little bit fancier.
It's the stripper of drinks.
That and then that damn purple gin Rick Ross.
Is it edible glitter that strippers wear? Or is it just like glitter?
Not licked the stripper ever, so I don't know. I feel like if you
I'm gonna stay pleading the fifth on this one.
I feel like that's wrong.
It's gotta be
for a stripper to wear edible glitter. Who bites us? Who take now?
What if it's asked for?
It's a stripper.
She might ask you for it.
That's like going out for a burger and as an appetizer asking for AIDS on a plate.
Some guys are into that.
That's true. They already have it. I guess.
Question: would you eat the glitter off of a stripper?
Hell no.
Are you sure? How
Unless
drunk do you have to be to eat the glitter off of a stripper's butthole?
Okay, butthole. Never. No, never. Ew, I don't toss salads, man. I don't even want my salad tossed. I would not. I don't know. Because that's not okay. Even if it was my wife coming home and she was a stripper, because she makes a good income and I like fancy things. Like,
still not.
There's a lot. She getting touched. So you're eating every dude's hands too.
Well, it's got to be sanitized.
That's like being third in line for the train at the party.
God damn it! Well, then you wouldn't have married it. But wait, that's like what?
Being third in line for the train at the party. Like you get you don't. That is a reference.
Oh man. That's awesome.
Speaking of wide receivers.
Yeah, right.
But no.
Can't even feel it. It's like
edible. The edible glitter though is kind of cool. She bought a pack online, like every color. It's fun. I'm putting that shit in every drink. Like my morning coffee has edible glitter in it.
It's like Todd's sprinkles on ice cream these days. Edible glitter.
Sprinkles. All right. Let's
There's no way.
What?
You like edible glitter, and there's no way. You definitely tossed a salad before.
I have never. Yeah. No, I've never tossed a salad. No, I'm
not even like an accidental drunk. Like you were like behind.
Like I slipped and went.
Or like you were eating it from behind or something, and you just got the holes wrong or something.
No,
wasted his shit.
No, not like that's just a thing. Like I don't like that. I don't like feet.
You don't like feet?
Oh, I got a foot thing. I hate feet.
You don't like buttholes?
I mean, I got like nice looking feet. I could probably start a Foot's OnlyFans.
So what do you like? Put your thumb over it or something while you're doing doggy?
In the butthole?
No, like when you're doing doggy style.
Oh,
and it's like just looking at you. Do you like put your thumb over it?
No, I'm kind of like that sheep from the can last week. Like I had to keep my eye on it. When I'm doing doggy, I pull it apart and I just stare at it to make sure that it don't make a move. I'm like, you stay there.
So you just sit there.
You stay there.
You just sit there, watch it flex on you.
It's just go.
Talks to you a little bit.
No, don't. You stay there. Or what if you're the dude that like squeezes the cheeks together? Just.
Then you get that real high pitch, like.
Speaking of wide receivers,
that's how this whole thing got started.
It did, because Bert Kreischer made us think about wide receivers, and now apparently you can't buy that I don't toss salads. Yeah, I know you toss a salad, but you're a dirty dude, so.
Yeah. I don't. There's no shame in that game. I would. Fresh out the shower, whatever you want.
I don't care. Unless she washes inside.
I'll go rooting around.
Nope.
Don't care.
Nope.
No shame. Nope. Especially, dude, you put a glass of this in my hand too, you ain't gonna taste nothing. It's like a mouthful of pennies.
Speaking of wide receivers. Welcome to Booze and Ballin'. Booze, ballin', and buttholes. That's what we're all about. B cubed.
Where we can't even give away free shit.
All right, so
Sorry, I had to say it.
we hit all the other positions except kicker, punter, and head coach.
I mean, so many new things these days.
You learn so much. It's like school all over again.
Oh, I'm going to hell.
So we want to rank our wide receivers, and we talked about this pre-show. Your top 10 wide receivers are not going to change much. I mean, you got your top guys. You got.
Is there anybody that you would put out of the top 10 that was there this year? Like, was Keenan Allen top 10 this year?
Let me go on sleeper here and say
you're going to keep him in the top 10.
So we're going to start with the 2023 projections and see who is in. I'll just go 1 through 10 real quick.
Okay.
Jefferson, Chase, Hill, Diggs, Tay, Lamb, Brown, Sun God, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle were the projected top 10.
I'm surprised Jalen Waddle got into the top 10.
I am too. This is season. This
like,
says
don't get me wrong. I
projections.
love Jalen Waddle as a player, but like with that offense, the opportunity is just not there for him for 2 top 10 wide receivers. Because if that's the case, then Tua is a top 2 quarterback, 3 quarterback.
Right, and then but the ADP was different. ADP was Jefferson, Chase, Lamb, Garrett Wilson at 4, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Sun God.
Wilson was at 4. I guess that was with Rodgers.
That was with Rodgers still there. So as far as we'll go with like what they projected to start the season.
4? Make him earn it first. Like Dynasty, yeah, give me some Garrett Wilson all day because that kid's going to be special. But
I think that it pains me to say it, but I don't think top 10. I don't think I could put Devontae Adams in it
anymore.
Just
I
because
guess you don't know where he's going to be next year.
You don't know where he's going to be.
If they're smart, they're going to trade him, right? I mean,
if they're smart, they get a quarterback.
Like, and if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, why don't you go get yourself a Devontae Adams?
So would you still say
around?
So if you had to rank, would you
It'd be Randy Moss going to New England if Devontae Adams goes to the Chiefs? It'd be the same type of from the Raiders.
True. So would you still? I mean, as of now, knowing he's there's a good chance he moves, would you still put him in your top 10 for next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Simply because
later 10 though.
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
So obviously we're saying like our
and
top.
That's strictly an age thing. He's still probably going to be a top 5 guy next year. Just he's a talented.
If he was still in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers,
they'd still be doing the same fucking thing.
And that's why like
he'd still be top 3.
He's got to be late 10. So okay, consensus top 3 is Jefferson, Chase, Hill.
Yeah, with a possible Lamb taking out one of them, maybe.
And I like Lamb
because I don't know who's going to be throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson next year.
Because Lamb's 2 right now.
And Chase proved that, like, even when Burrow was in there, he was just okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still a super fucking talented guy. I don't want to take anything from him. But he just had an okay year this year, even when Burrow was healthy. Like, he was still top 10, but I don't know if he's like consensus top 2 like he was this year.
So Hill, Lamb, not in this order, but Hill, Lamb, Chase, Jetta, and AJ Brown top 5.
Yeah, and in no particular order. Whoever you like the most.
Jetta proved like with last week he's quarterback proof.
Yeah, I think I think he's a top 2.
Him and Hill. Yeah. I would say
Tyreek's he's gonna be a fucking nasty freak.
Who was it saying that someone was saying there's nobody like him?
Yeah, it was definitely me. I've always said
that. I think you said it last week.
And you're right.
He is.
I've never seen anybody play football like him.
Oh, Skip Bayless. Put him on his Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
he said,
I would.
A little too early.
Of receivers.
But you haven't seen what he is ever before.
No, because it's strictly just speed. Like,
but hands too, though.
Speed.
Like, speed, agility, hands. Like, the man is...
He's a
freaking nature. So, do
you put Tyreek Hill in if he goes over 2,000 this week? He's not capable of doing that this week, is he? He missed a game injury. He
did, which is still crazy because he's got 16.
So he missed a game. All right, so he missed a game with injury. So if he still gets the 2,000 in the 18th or 17th game, then I'll still give it to him.
1,641 yards.
So he needs a couple games of 150 yards or some shit,
and he'd be damn close.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I'd say
they're going to go after that.
Tyreek Hill and Jay Jetter are 1-2.
Yeah.
And then I would say Lamb.
I'd say Lamb and Chase are 3-4.
3-4. And then I'd say probably A.J. Brown.
Yeah, he's up there. But again, you can make an argument that Devonta Smith is a better receiver. But A.J. Brown's a beast. Don't get me wrong. I think Devonta's
A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith has like qualities, but A.J. Brown is I
like his physicality.
He's like a smaller Calvin Ridley.
Who, A.J. Brown?
Yeah. He's smaller than Calvin Ridley, isn't he?
I think he's way bigger than Calvin Ridley.
Muscle-wise. Is he really? No, Megatron was big. We will find that out.
We're talking
for you.
Calvin Johnson.
Oh, Calvin Johnson.
You said Calvin Ridley. I'm like, wait a minute. He's like,
no, I'm saying he's a smaller. He's a smaller, faster.
Yeah, who else did I say that's like that? I said I made that because that was Nico Collins. I said was
which I like that too.
Yeah.
But AJ Brown, he is just a beastie. He's a strong. He's like he's built like Metcalf.
Which, if you think about it, now that we brought Nico up,
so I was going through my list and I haven't. I think I would put Nico Collins in my top 10.
You think so?
With Stroud, unless Stroud has a real fall off, I'd put Nico at 9 or 10.
I think that offense could be special next year.
I think that offense has a lot of potential.
Who do you think they draft? They got to draft defense, right? Their defense was not that bad. You watch out for the Houston Texans next year. Are we going to make a booze and ballin' way too early bet and put some money on them to win it next year? Because that'd be fucking. They got to be getting some good odds right now.
Yeah. I would say if I'm the Houston Texans, I would.
Because they got to be getting a good pick, or did they give up a bunch? Did they move up to get Stroud?
So they have Devin. The running game, they have Singletary and Pierce,
which isn't terrible.
Maybe how's their offensive line? Could they solidify that?
Okay, they probably Maybe they lost Tunsil, right?
Maybe pick up a tackle.
Was it Larry Tunsil that they had? I can't remember. It was Tunsil or who the hell their tackle was. I thought they had a pretty good left tackle, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like they're. I think Nico Collins with Stroud. I think I put him close to my top 10.
If they don't have a left tackle, they need to go get a left tackle because they got their quarterback, obviously.
But that's why I said this was hard, and you're like, no, it's not. I'm like, but it kind of is. Like, do you put Nico in it? No. Do you put Puka Nacua in it?
No, not with Kupp still there.
Puka Nacua with Kupp there. Puka's
like 7
receiver
right
6,
but Kupp was hurt for a lot of that.
Right, but when
he was getting his like 50-point games.
Puka's at 269.2 points. Third place is 289. Like he's 20 points out of top 3 for point wise.
Again,
but Kupp's getting older.
Agreed.
And Puka's getting better. Like so, that's why it's hard. Like, where do you?
But Stafford's getting older, and he'll be 1 year more, and that offense will be 1 year slower. You know
so what do you do if you're the Rams too?
Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking on that, but he's 2 years away from being like top. And I think when he becomes top 10, in my opinion, he'll be top 5.
Right.
That's how good I think he's going to be in like 2-3 years. I think Puka Nacua is going to.
Don't say Nacua. What's wrong with you saying his real name?
I think once he turns the page and makes that like next jump, he goes from being like borderline top 10 to top 5, and there won't be a question asked because his hands, his speed, the way he plays it, he's like
offense.
He looks like Antonio Brown when he plays football.
I mean, right now Stafford's playing well. That offense is. That offense looks like they could. They could spoil some dreams.
They could come into the playoffs and ruin some. Yeah,
I mean they have.
Are they going to make the playoffs? They're close, right?
They are.
I think they're like the 7th seed right now.
I'm going to tell you here in a second.
But I think Kyron.
Oh, he's special.
Special, dude.
Nobody knows.
Did you see his numbers?
If he didn't miss those 4 games, he'd be right up close to McCaffrey.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Like McCaffrey wouldn't be just running away with this like fantasy MVP thing because he is a monster.
He is
He's like the RB3 right now, and he missed like the first 4 games of the season or some shit. Well,
Rams are 8-7.
So they got to be right there.
They're in the hunt right now. So if they make it,
I wouldn't want to play that team right now.
No, how do you cover those? And Tyler Higbee's not a shabby tight end.
Stafford is playing as good as anybody in the league right now.
Stafford has the ability and the talent to be the best quarterback in the league on any given Sunday.
Still hands down the most underrated quarterback of all time.
Toughest quarterback I've ever seen play outside of Brett Favre.
Well, I mean, Iron Man Brett, he has the record for a reason.
Like that man just like,
or no, didn't
he was basically the Larry Bird.
Who was the Browns lineman? Oh my God. Is it Joe Thomas?
Joe
Thomas. Joe Thomas, the lineman that broke, I think he broke Brett Favre's record for most consecutive starts.
Right. Brett Favre is the Larry Bird of the NFL. Because Larry Bird was the dude with a hurt back, would go on, when he was subbed out, would go lay flat on his back on the sideline.
That was when he was old.
Because, but like even when Brett Favre, like the dude just like, you couldn't break him.
Yeah.
He was tough. And Stafford was that dude. Stafford's a tough quarterback.
I gotta disagree. Larry is way better than Brett Favre.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because Larry Bird is like,
I can't say that Larry Bird is the Brett Favre of the NBA. Like,
I'm saying as far as like toughness, but
okay, I'll give you that.
No, Larry Bird, like his clear ass, like
Larry's still one of the best players of all time.
Easily.
I pick him over Braun.
If I pick the team, he's my power forward.
Yeah, he's fucking on it.
Or small forward, actually, depending on who else I pick.
If it's just for trash talking alone. But anyway.
He's so nice about it, too.
I love how he would just tell people what he was going to do. Like, I'm going to come over here, spin move, dunk, whatever. Just do it.
Did you not love those commercials back in the day, dating ourselves? Michael and Larry playing horse, and Charles Barkley was like, "Can I play?"
Yeah. Off the
statue, through the window, off the bleachers, no backboard, nothing but net. Yeah, that was... All right, so... Do you put AJ Brown in your top 5, or is he like a toggle? If not,
he's a toggle.
You know who I would put in there instead of him would be Sun God.
Yes,
because I think Sun God to me could move up to 3.
I would say my top 5 is going to be JJ, Chase, Lamb, Amon-Ra,
and Hill,
and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I would.
In no particular order. No, if whoever you like better, that's who I would draft.
I'd be okay with that because I could see Amon-Ra and because Jared Goff is
actually there is a particular. I'm not putting Justin Jefferson less than 3. I can tell you that.
I'm putting no. It's Hill and Jefferson.
Yeah,
and because Amon-Ra, Amon-Ra could be 3.
Because look at Lamb's season this year. I mean, I don't think CeeDee Lamb is having anything less of a year next year. Like he's only been
It'd be hard to repeat, but yeah, he's still going to have a good year.
Only done every single year he has gotten better.
Unless they fix their run game is the only way I see.
Tony's been a huge disappointment.
Unless
this season.
if they get a run game where they can rely on, I could see Lamb maybe losing 1.5 targets a week.
Yeah,
but I still put him up there. But like at the same time, Sun God could bump up to 3 at any given moment.
I saw a statistic that scared the living shit out of me the other day about how bad Tony Pollard's been for me this year.
Licking butthole gives you AIDS.
Besides that,
okay,
and there's a fix to that. It's called money, and
Magic Johnson.
God, damn it! I don't know where I'm going with my thought now. I hate when I do this. Sorry. Shit. Tony Pollard. Sucking ass. Okay, so I would like when I'm watching
hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Hand and hand.
Exactly. I might have had something to do with it now that I think about it. But yeah, so when I'm watching Cowboys games, it's constantly like I'll see Rico go in the game when they get down low into the red zone and shit and freak out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Rico in the game? Well, here to come to find out that Tony Pollard's like leading the league in red zone touches. And also leading the league in not converting on red zone touches.
He's getting the shots, but he's not efficient.
He's like leading the NFL in red zone touches, and he's only like
with a very low efficiency.
He's only cashed in on like 6% of them.
But yeah, like was it last week? Like how did he? What was the run outside to the veer to the left there?
Line just spinning around, and it's like how the fuck are you not getting the end?
He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh my god, dude! I'm telling you. Yeah, I thought I was going to lose that.
But that's why I agree. Like I think CeeDee Lamb, if they got a Zeke type of guy back, I think it could hurt him a little bit, but he's still going to be a stud. All right, so
and I think they're going to try and add somebody too. Like,
so who's 7 through 10
for a wide receiver?
Based on this, I mean, do you put Cooper Kupp 7 through 10?
You almost have to, out of respect, but I can't with Puka. They kind of hurt each other.
So they're like. Can you put either one in there?
No. But I would put them like 12, 13, like back to back, like right next to each other, because
so top 10 potential
most
right
weeks you're
outside
going to
top
get
10.
because a lot of weeks you're going to get top 10 performances out of both of them.
Yeah.
But a lot of weeks you're not, because the other one's going for top 10 week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's not an offense that's going to allow Kieran Williams to do what Kieran Williams is going to do, and then on top of it give 2 top 10 wide receivers. Like, every now and then, yes, but it's not going to happen all the time.
Like, they're 8 and 7, and Kieran Williams. I don't know how to say his damn name.
We have to fucking get to the bottom of this.
I don't care.
I'm gonna like fucking text message him or something.
We're gonna call him Kieran Williams.
Tell him no, because that sounds like the fucking porn star.
Oh yeah. So this is what's funny is like he's doing what he's doing. Sorry, Mike. He's doing what he's doing, and Puka and Cup are still putting up their numbers
For sure.
Like, so if you look at what those 3 guys are putting up number wise, you would think they're 11-3,
They play a hard schedule,
right?
That's why I'm saying you don't want to play that team in the postseason.
No, that's why they're scared. Like, you're still getting Puka, and
you still got a solid defense over there too. It's not like they're It's not like they're terrible.
No,
I wouldn't want to play that team.
like they're doing that, and they're only 8 and 7. Like, you wouldn't. They've got better. I bet if we took the numbers from Puka, Cup, even take their third, even take Tutu Atwell and Williams, and put them against any other top 3 in a team, they've got to be top 3 in the league.
Pretty close.
But they're only 8 and 7. Yeah, they're definitely. Like, it's weird what they're doing with that run game.
I think Stafford hurts them in the. Or you're just going skill position. You're not counting the quarterback.
Skill position, because even Stafford hurting them, they're still doing really well. But even if you take the 49ers and CMC's doing what he's doing, and let's say Williams is right behind him,
he is. I think he's
Debo and Ayuk are not doing what Puka and Cup are doing. They're doing well.
Debo was
one is, or the other is.
They don't ever go off together.
No,
though.
but Puka and Cup will both go off.
Yeah, it's possible.
And Williams will go off. So they're a scary team.
Well, it's just how they run their offense, though. They just run it through 3 guys. Like, Higbee doesn't do fucking anything, whereas Kittle does things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's just a different offense.
Okay, so stick on the Niners. Debo or Ayuk, either one of them in the top 10.
No.
I think Ayuk gets in the top 10 next year. I think
is Debo gone or something?
No, but I think Ayuk gets better every year.
Agreed, but again, you still got Christian McCaffrey. You still got George Kittle. You still got Debo Samuel.
I am worried about them.
So, like, is he going to have his weeks where he goes crazy? Absolutely. Is he a solid wide receiver, too, if you can snag him there? Fuck yeah. But, like, is he going to be...
Is he wide receiver 1?
Solid? Would you be like, I'm going to draft him in round 1 as my... Like, no, it's not going to happen.
No. I do worry, though, depending on what the 49ers do.
Yeah.
CMC is, like, if the 49ers are smart, they make sure CMC has 2-3 more years, not 1-2 more years.
Right.
And Ayuk should be the main benefactor of that.
They need to start using more pieces on that offense, or they're going to run him right into the fucking ground.
They are hurting him.
You see his, like, posts where he's just, like, fucking just battered down his arms and stuff.
Like, you can't, like, honestly, if I'm them...
You can only do it for so long at that position.
If I'm them, Elijah Mitchell finishes out this season.
Fuck yeah, you don't... As soon as you know exactly where you're going to be in the playoffs, he needs to be out of the lineup.
It's a 50-50 touch, Elijah Mitchell and, CMC, and then Mitchell and Mason. It's a 50-50 touch from here on out, unless they need him to win a game. The dude, you can't do that, dude, and then expect to have him back next year and be healthy all year. He's due an injury. It's him, like, he's due.
Yeah, even if he just tweaks something, like, and then the Niners will be like, if Christian McCaffrey was healthy, we would have won, no problem.
Yeah. God, I love them whining. All right, guy we haven't talked about, Diggs. He was.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
He was projected 4 going into the season.
He's probably like 12 right now, no?
He is.
He's had some down weeks.
He's had some down weeks.
The last, like, 5 weeks, I want to say.
He's 8, believe it or not.
He has had a nasty early on.
Right above him is Mike Evans. Keenan Allen's at 5, though.
Mike Evans.
Even with the injuries, Keenan Allen's at 5.
I salute you, Mike Evans. You're a fucking monster. Every year you just keep doing your goddamn thing.
He does. Keenan Allen's at 5, which is why I had to concede the pick 'em.
Yeah, it went for like 50 for me that one week.
Between him and Nico, like that screwed me.
But again, that's Mike Evans. Where he'll go for 40 or he'll go for 2.
Mike Evans at 7, Puka at 6.
That's why you also have to take like the overall like points at the end of the season. You got to take it with a grain of salt because like Mike Evans is fucking at, what'd you say he was, 6?
6. No, he's at 7.
He's at 7, but any team with Mike Evans on it, is it like overshadowing the rest of the league? Like, no, it's just because he goes huge every now and then for a week.
He has like those real big
where
weeks.
he goes for 3 touchdowns and like 185
like DJ Moore.
Yeah, exactly.
And
DJ Moore's another one of those.
9.
Yeah, DJ Moore is another one of those wide receivers where all of a sudden he'll go fucking crazy.
All right, so
but then again, he didn't have Fields for a little bit there, which also hurt him.
Assuming Diggs moves to a new team, stays, you still in your top 10 based on talent?
9, yeah, somewhere in there.
Like he's in there. He's 7. Well,
especially if he stays with the Bills, because him and the Allen connection, he'll still get you points.
So we're putting him 7 through 10.
And he's a locked-in volume guy, too, because wherever he goes, he's going to get targets because he's a fucking diva of all divas and will rip the team apart if you don't throw him the ball.
Keenan Allen, so he goes 7 through 10.
No.
He's too damn injury prone at this point.
At this point in his career, would I love to have him as a wide receiver, too, next year? Oh, absolutely. Because he could give you the same type of year he gave you this year. But guys, once you hit into that 30, 31, he's going to be 32.
Same with Mike Evans. Like, I want to put him in my top 10, but like
it's only a matter of time. It's no different than the Derrick Henry. Like, you talk about these guys where it's like, it's only a matter of time before the bottom falls out. And it's just like, oh shit, they're just another guy now. And do you risk it? No. So if you can't risk it, then he's not worth putting in my top 10.
So new names in the top 10, Nico, you think?
I would put him.
And I think Olave gets in there next year too.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't think Michael Thomas. I think they're done with. They got to be done with Michael Thomas.
Yeah, for sure. So Chris Olave and Nico. I don't know if I'm ready to put Nico in my top 10 because Tank Dell might have a better season than Nico next year.
True.
So I want to pump the brakes on Nico just a little bit, but at the same time,
so he's out there top 15.
Yeah, but he's got the size, the speed, and the hands to be a top 7 guy next year.
But fair to say that Olave is top 10 next year.
He's got to be.
I put him in there.
I can't imagine he's not, especially if he stays healthy. I just can't imagine he's not.
Yeah, I put him in there. I put him at 7 on my list. Actually,
him and Carr didn't get along this year. I'm hoping they can right that ship.
They looked good last week.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's starting to trust him finally. I think they're getting over their shit, whatever it was.
I think Carr is seeing how good he is without Michael Thomas and realizing he can be a number 1. I think once Carr finds the Devontae Adams in him, that's why I put him in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't think you can't not.
Because I think Kamara is going to take
talent-wise, he's top 4.
Kamara takes a dip. And they don't have a back that's going to take the same receiving targets as Kamara, and that's why I put him in there.
And it's funny talking about all these names. You're right. It's tough to put Tay Adams up there, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's to do a top 10, like the top 5. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out top 10. I was like, this is actually kind of hard.
The underdog best balls next year are going to be fucking crazy.
Well, Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers next year.
He's going to almost have to be in the top 10.
So we've made our top 10 already. Like, so that's why it's like, I'm going to do a little splash.
But then there's also a ton of fucking talent out there that we didn't even mention.
You good?
Yeah. No,
you got to drive anyway.
Yeah, I'll be driving later. So.
Waddle, I don't think Waddle's in there, even though he was projected there.
No, I still can't put Waddle there until he's the guy.
Michael Pittman. He could be top 10 next year.
He could easily sneak into the top 10 with Richardson.
Does he get worse? Does he get worse with Richardson being a running quarterback?
Maybe a little, but I think I don't know. Him scaring you with his legs could also open things up as well.
True.
Because it's going to be more read options. It's a different offense then. So who knows?
Well, you look at how good A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith were when Hurts ran.
Right, exactly.
DJ Moore, no. As long as they have Fields, too damn inconsistent.
Yeah, I can't put him in my top 10. Again, he's like top 15.
Mark Cooper's getting old. Tay Adams could be in the top 10. Metcalf, not with Jackson Smith and Lockett.
If Metcalf goes somewhere else, yes.
Calvin Ridley.
No.
I know, but he was my toggle at 10.
Yeah, no.
I was like, could he?
I can't put him in my top 10. I think I'd put him. He's again, talk about inconsistencies, and that offense didn't really show me anything this year. So, like, I was ready for the fucking Jags to just blow up. I wanted Christian. I wanted Christian Kirk to be a fucking wide receiver too this year, and T-Law to be a top 4 QB, and
I don't know what
ETN to be a top 5 RB. Like, and then fucking none of it happened. I think ETN's up there, probably top 8 or something like that. But
they're another team. Yeah, he's like top 5.
I think Evan Ingram's fucking up there too. But other than those two guys, like, nobody lived up to the hype. I mean, Ridley had a good season, but
talent. Another team with all the talent.
Yeah, and with Doug Peterson, you thought they really were. Yeah, maybe they.
T-Law's had an off year.
I'll give him one more season. If they don't fucking do shit next year, then I'm gonna write off Trevor Lawrence. I'm doing it.
I'm fine with that because that motherfucker has pissed me off for 3 years now.
He's had a few years in the NFL. He should be up to speed with how the NFL works. He should have this game under lock. And
he shows glimpses that he could be it, and then he just has so very inconsistent.
And again, I don't know if that's play calling hurting him. I don't know. I don't know if he needs a better offensive line. I haven't really watched a whole lot of the Jags this year. But I'm just looking at final result, and I'm not impressed.
T. Higgins.
But I love me some Doug Peterson, and I love me some Calvin Ridley.
I like that Jags offense as a whole. I like me some Bigsby. I'm going to have to drop one of those guys, and I'm going to piss me off.
I like me some Bigsby, too, but they don't like to give him opportunities, so you might have to drop him so I can pick him up.
Yeah, no. I got 2 more names, and then we're going to rate this. So here's a question for you.
Okay.
Where's this? Shoot. If he goes to a different team, is he a wide receiver 1? T. Higgins.
See, that was my pivot 10 when you were talking about Ridley.
I have him also right there. I have a whole group
and
right
it was
going to
be, and that was what I was going to talk about, was if he ends up as the number 1 in like Carolina, which is where I think.
So you think he can be I know there's a lot of people
if he
say
goes to Carolina with Bryce Young and he gets 12 targets a game, how is he not a number 1?
He could definitely be a number 1. Yeah, people.
You know what I mean? Like,
people say without Chase, can he be a number 1? I think he's
done it before.
Yeah,
I mean when he gets the number 1 defender on him, he hasn't always. But if he's got Adam Thielen on the other side and not Tyler Boyd,
so he could potentially, depending where he goes, he could creep into that. He's top 15. Could creep into that.
Easy with more upside. I think
he does have the upside. I think he does have.
Because his talent is massive. He's He's tall as shit.
He's borderline
awesome.
Wide receiver 1 potential. Like, he's high end 2, low end 1, I would say.
Immediately if he goes, yeah. And even if he goes to Carolina, I think Carolina is actually a really good fit for him.
I think it's a great fit for him, actually. I wouldn't hate him in Kansas City either.
I wouldn't hate him in Kansas City.
I would like him in Kansas City.
Or handsy possession receiver they need.
I would like him in Kansas City.
And then they can keep Tony as a fucking gadget guy. Oh, yeah, that's actually
and they keep Raji as a speedy guy on the other side.
Well, him and Tony becomes the same guy, I think, only Tay being a little bit more.
Tony becomes a slot.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's where he belongs. He only needs like 4 to 5 touches a game to be explosive.
And I like him in Carolina, too. I like that.
Yeah, I actually really like him with Bryce Young. Bryce Young's.
Then maybe we can see what Bryce Young's got.
Well, I think, yeah, exactly. I'm not totally out on Bryce Young yet.
I'm not out on him.
I think he needs a little bit more time.
I was a little more out till you brought me back. But
when I started to give you some knowledge on fucking what he's been dealing with.
I still think he was just he's just. I still definitely think that he got way more NFL ready credit than he deserved. But yeah, I think he needs the offense to see what he can really do.
See, here's the thing. Was Bryce Young the guy that you trade the farm to get? No, he wasn't. So, you made this, splash. If you're the Carolina Panthers, you get rid of DJ Moore. You get rid of first-round picks. You get rid of all this shit to get this guy. But Bryce Young is a guy that has to have talent around him in order to win.
He won't win it on his own.
He's not a Cam Newton that's going to be able to take Ted Ginn to the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not He's not that gifted. Like he's a smart dude. He's a smart quarterback. He's going to learn your offense. He's going to learn your defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's a smart guy. He's going to make the right plays. But is he that big physical Josh Allen specimen?
No.
Or is he that Patrick Mahomes that's going to fucking sling it all over the yard? No. He's going to know the X's and O's. He's going to put the ball where it needs to be. But if the talent's not there to do it, he's not.
He's Dak.
Yeah, he's not. Well, I think he's got the potential to be a little bit better than Dak.
I agree, but I'm saying right now, he's Dak. Just like Cam Newton said, he's one of those quarterbacks that like he's not.
Yeah, well, but he's a rookie.
But I think
so
he has the potential. He has the potential to become elite if he learn with the right offense. But we'll see.
But again, he needs more than Adam Thielen to throw the fucking ball. And I'm hoping Mingo picks it up. I'm hoping.
I know. I like Mingo a lot.
I like Mingo's talent. I think again, some guys.
But a guy across the way, Higgins over there, would make Mingo better.
People forget that talent doesn't always just rule in the NFL.
Dude.
If you don't understand football and concepts and schemes and fucking defense, you're not gonna fucking know what you're doing. Like the reason why Travis Kelce is so fucking good is because he knows the defense. He knows where to break on those option routes. He knows what to do and how to fucking rub off of shit. Like some of these guys go into the NFL and people go, "Oh, he's talented beyond all belief," and they're like, "Why isn't he performing though?" Because he doesn't know the little shit like that. There's so much to learn. You got to forget, or you can't forget that they're just kids.
Kyle Pitts.
Exactly. Give him another 3 years, and all of a sudden he's going to be fucking monster.
He will be.
You watch Kyle Pitts in like 2 or 3 years. God forbid he gets out of Atlanta. Maybe they don't re-sign him. Hopefully not.
Well, maybe they got to make room for their next running back.
Hopefully he walks and gets somewhere else, and he's going to be a monster. He still is a monster. He just can't block anybody. That's the problem.
No, he's a cat. He's just a receiving tight end. That's it. Yeah. But he is a freak of nature.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, one more name, just yes or no. Top 10 potential. Top 15 potential, Zay Flowers. Depending what they do with Odell, I think Zay Flowers has the potential to get the targets and become top 12.
That's a good one.
I think he's a borderline guy. Like I know it's a hard yes or no. Like just give me a quick yes or no. But like, I think he does. I think he has it. He can sneak in top 10 if he wanted to.
Would I rank him in my top 10? No.
But
just because there's so much talent out there.
I rank him around 15, but he could get to 10.
I want to say on talent alone, I don't think next year's the year he cracks into the top 10, but the potential's definitely there. Oh my God. I mean, how many deep balls has he dropped this year alone? Which would put him probably in the top 15 right now.
Like we said, he could be Odell.
Yeah. I think top 15.
I think he's a sneaky.
I think 15 is a good number for.
I think 15. He's a sneakiest name on the list for me.
He's going to be a really good wide receiver 2, possibly 3 next year if you can sneak it. But I think Zay Flowers is a league winner type player next year.
I think he's a guy you get late and put him in a flex.
Fucking go crazy and get
on a bye week. He goes into 2.
Not even that. I'm thinking you get him late in the draft next year, like 7th, 8th round, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the kind of guy that gives you 3rd round value back.
Yeah,
because he just blows up and goes fucking crazy.
Which is part of the reason I'm in the championship.
Right, exactly. He's definitely, and I might even be fucking underselling it. He might already be out there too much. You might not get him that late. He might be a round 5, 6 guy.
It depends how he. I guess it depends what. Also, like I beat Jim because he went for 20-some points.
Right, exactly.
Like in.
No, out of nowhere, just comes. Not even out of nowhere. But
to me, he's the sneakiest name on the list that could bounce into top 12, top 10, and just kind of completely catch you off guard.
And I think when you're drafting next year, you got to take that into consideration too. There's a lot of guys next year that you can say the same thing about.
I think you have to take it. It's fantasy football. You got to take some risks.
So like this year, we went hard wide receivers early. Like people are like, you got to get your top studs, and it's like, look, like 3 of them panned out.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And then your Christian McCaffreys, your running backs all did well.
We were so worried about that running back market.
Yeah.
But
I went running back early. I went hard running back, and
I went hard running back, and it screwed me because of injuries and stuff. But fantasy football is always a risk.
It's all injury.
It's who's available in that round.
Down the stretch, it's fucking injuries and scheduling.
But when you draft, you like take a look at like who's in that round and who's there that you want to take now, or who's there that you could potentially wait a round or two to get and take a different talent in a different position. Like take the tight end early, or take someone earlier than you'd like to, or take a second running back because you think like a Zay Flowers is going to sit for an extra round. It's a lot of just planning for it. You take a little splash to rate it.
Just to rate it.
We didn't give you a true top 10 wide receiver because it's a very moving market, but
that position is stacked. I don't draft it that heavily early next year. If you want to get one in the first round, you're waiting until like round 5.
Take Hill, take JJ, take
Chase,
CD.
Chase will still have a good year.
Hill, JJ, Chase, CD. Take them. Maybe AJ, depending who your keeper is. Maybe who's the other one we said we are going to keep there at AJ?
Amon.
I'll take Amon.
I would take Amon all day in the first. You give me him in the first round.
I'm playing in a league where I get to keep Puka and Amon.
Yikes!
And I'm playing they have before the league they do a rookie draft. And right now I'm playing this week for first overall rookie draft in that league. And then I'll get 5th overall pick in a 12-team
get yourself a Marvin
waterfall
Harrison
league. I'm taking Marvin Harrison if I get it. And I'm gonna play those 3 dudes every damn week.
If he hopefully he ends up at a good team.
Or I'm keeping Josh Allen, Puka, and Marvin. If I get the first overall pick for the appetizer, I might not. I'm keeping Sun God.
You gotta keep. If you can keep Sun God, you gotta keep Sun. In a 12-man league,
yeah,
gotta keep Sun God at 12.
Sun God, Puka, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Especially if you're drafting that late, you gotta, because then you can draft running back early and still be solid.
I can take running back at 5, and I'll get a good running back at 5.
You get a fucking stud running back at 5.
Mm-hmm.
My keepers next year in my family league. I think I'm keeping Jonathan Taylor in the 4th round.
It's not a bad keep for him, actually.
Yeah, because it depends on where he goes. I'm gonna obviously that one.
But JT in the 4th is
a really good pick.
That's a keep.
I think I can also keep Chris Olave a little bit later too, but I gotta look into that one.
Yeah, see, I think Olave could be it. We got next week.
Yeah, we'll get into some keeper. We'll do a keeper episode.
We're gonna rate this Larceny keyhole Ricket. A Ricket is wherever he said he.
It's called Larceny. I don't even know, man. There's a whole fucking.
I'm a big redemption guy, but I think I'm putting this above the redemption. Larceny's good.
To understand the name, you must understand the man.
So this is their small batch. This is basically their.
Oh, there's a little explanation written there where the keyhole's at.
Oh, be damned. They have other Larcenys. They have, obviously a lot of people do toasted and stuff like that, but I'm a redemption guy, but after drinking this, I think
there with it.
You
have the list, right?
I put it a little bit above the redemption.
I love the fact that you made me a list.
So I finally made the list that we're talking about, so we can kind of reference where we were at, and we can also put it up at the end of the season, let you know where we're at.
Still got the puncher's chance leading the route for me.
I'm gonna put this.
Ooh, the punchers is leading for both of us. That's actually shocking to me.
That was so smooth. What do I got? I think the Larceny. I'm gonna go. You want to go first? You brought it. You want to go first?
I'll go first. I had Buffalo Trace at 80. Where did we redemption? I had redemption at 79. So yeah, as soon as I smelled it, I put it with that redemption immediately. I guess
I'm near the redemption for me, but I had the redemption a lot lower than you did. But
I liked the redemption. I like this one. This one's a little bit bitier than the redemption, and it's definitely spicier. Like it's got more flavor,
a little more pepper to it,
which I think I like it more.
Your palate's going to change the more bourbon we do. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure. It actually made me feel good that like when I smelled it and I said redemption and you were like, oh yeah, that's like, and
that's exactly where I would put it.
I don't want to. I wish I had the redemption here now so I could taste it, see which one I am. I know.
Well, so let's put it this way. I put the redemption at 68.
I was gonna get mine was going 78. Right off the top of my head, but I'm just going to even it with the redemption at the 79.
Are you? Because
I'm going to go flat out with the redemption because I think they're the same one. I think they're the same bourbon. They really are the same bourbon.
They really are the same bourbon.
There's just a little bit different taste. So whichever one you like the taste of better.
I like the peppery better, so I had the redemption at 68. I'm going to put this at a 70.
That's a good swap.
Yeah. Like it's a little bit above the, but then again, my palate for bourbons is definitely different than yours.
Yeah.
But it's a damn good bourbon. I could go a little higher, but based on where it is with the Redemption, I think
I'm probably high on all of mine, just because I don't know bourbons yet, and I'll probably have to.
You're pretty fair, because like for you, you drinking this, which is a not a lesser but a lower end bourbon, you're gonna like it better to me but like if I'm drinking, once you really taste like the Bookers and you taste some of those other higher end ones or the more complex bourbons, then you look at these and like they're good, but they're not quite the same. So like if I was new to bourbon,
can you describe that for me?
Well, if I was new to bourbon, yeah, I think I'd put this higher because it is good. I enjoy it. It's drinkable, but then you go out and you have like the Penelope Architect or the Penelope Barrel Strength, Penelope Toasted, like they're a lot more flavor on your palate. There's a lot more. This is easier to drink. Those, if you were new to bourbon and you went and had one of those, you'd be like, fuck bourbon. I hate this. Like it's so much more like.
See, that doesn't make it good to me.
But yeah,
it better be fucking good.
The more you're learning, the more you're like. So like, I put it this way with like when I met my wife, like she drank only white wine, and I'm a wine guy. So like I'm a red wine guy. I hate white wine. I don't hate white wine, but
it has to be really good.
But red wine to me has more flavor.
Actually, dry whites aren't bad.
Dry whites are not bad, but red wine has more flavor complexities and more varieties to my palate. So I look at bourbon the same way. So when I got her, I read the wine Bible. I was going to become a sommelier. So when I got her drinking red wine, she started realizing we should do some wines. I had her tasting it. Whites. So now she drinks only red. Canceled. She does drink white, but she prefers the red because once she got more into understanding the wines and the flavors and the regions, Malbecs are great from Argentina. Sonoma County or Northern California has different things, or on the Finger Lakes, they're great with like your sweeter wines. Like when you learn that, you can rate it a little bit differently. Same thing with bourbons, where once you're getting a better palate with bourbons and you drink these things, then you'll realize like this is great. It doesn't hold a candle to that, but it's still a damn good bourbon.
I haven't rated anything outside of a 70 yet. 72 is my lowest bourbon. And that was the Bradshaw.
I'd like you to try that again at some point. Actually, do I have one open? No, I don't think I have one open.
Hey, we didn't do well, that was the Bradshaw. We had that bottle somewhere.
Well, finish that bottle.
You don't have the Terry Bradshaw one. What was the
Bradshaw right here? Right at the top of the list.
No, what was the one that? It wasn't that. That's the Bradshaw right there, right?
Yeah, right here.
Is that the same bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm fucking drunk.
Well, these things happen, so that's a show. That's a rating. Zay Flowers could be top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Olave could be top 10.
There's so many guys. Nico Collins could be top 10.
Well, you guys have a great new year. And we'll see you with our 21st episode in 2024. That's the number.
That's the fucking century mark there, baby.
Yeah, 20 episodes. I mean, we're going to keep going to 70 episodes, even if we don't get you to follow us, because we fucking love this. But I hope you come, subscribe, booze and ballin'.
I'm going to put my nuts in a mousetrap if you guys fucking get us to 50 subscribers so we can go live on Friday nights.
I'm going to clip that and put that all over social media. So we have to, but we can't watch. We'll put it behind the screen, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, you won't be able to see my nuts, but.
All right. That's an episode. Booganooga.
Booganooga.